Hey, sister girl. Hey, sister. Hey, family. Listen, welcome back. I'm G Brown, the lifestyle changer. I am a certified nutritionist and co host of this truth telling space where healing starts with awareness and ends with freedom. This episode is for people who are tired of being controlled by systems. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but hear me out. These are the systems that profit from your pain. And you know I'm telling the truth on that one. It's for anyone ready to take back their health, break free from all addiction, and stop living as a customer of the sickness industry. Last episode, we talked about withdrawals, not just from drugs, but from the everyday foods that have us hooked: sugar, caffeine, wheat. Because let's be honest, the most important people call normal eating is really just a quiet death for addiction. But today, we're taking the conversation higher because addiction doesn't just stop in your kitchen. It's a bigger system feeding this whole thing, and it's designed to keep you as a dependent. I have a before and after because I want you to know that I am telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I have my before and after. The standard American diet to where I am now. It doesn't just stop with that. My husband and I both. So I want you to know there's no body shaming. There's none of that. I am coming to you with the truth. Robyn, go ahead.
Hey everybody, my name is Robyn Herron and I am your Carnivorous Grama. I am a carnivore health coach and also certified in nutrition. I help women heal their bodies from the inside out by cutting out the foods that are killing them slowly. And G is right. This system is not just selling us food, it's really selling us sickness. So the same people that profit from feeding us this junk are the ones making billions, with a B, trillions probably, treating the damage that it causes. And they don't stop cashing in even after we're gone. This is not just addiction, it's an industry of control. So we're speaking directly to those who are battling diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, chronic inflammation, and autoimmune diseases. These are the five most common illnesses that start with what's on our plates. And I also have a before and after that I'm going to share because we want you to know that we are not body shaming. This is my standard American diet versus carnivore diet images. And as you can see, I was well overweight, and I also had an autoimmune condition called eczema. Well, I still have it, but it's way less, as you can see if you see my face. So, we are you, and so that's why we're here tonight talking. So, if this is you, diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, chronic inflammation, and autoimmune diseases, if that's you or someone you love, we're asking you to go ahead and click that share button and share this message with them because healing starts with truth and the truth starts here.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just be truthful in all of this. That's why we come here every Monday. Eventually, you're not going to need insurance. You're not going to need any of those things because you are going to be in control of you and your health. But they've monetized our sickness. Everything is attached to it. What she say, diabetes. So let's think. There's different stages. You can be all the way at amputation. You're known for possibly dialysis. Stringing us along, they have monetized our sickness. It starts right in the grocery store. First, we get some inexpensive, sugary labeled low fat or heart healthy, but those same boxes are packed with seed oils, corn syrup. Okay, read the labels. They have dyes and chemicals your body can't even pronounce, let alone your body breaking it down and digesting it. You eat it because that's what's affordable and available. But before you know it, you're exhausted, inflamed, moody, and dealing with high blood pressure pills or insulin shots, or you end up at the doctor. And then what happens? They don't get it fixed. They will not fix the root cause. They're going to prescribe pills, even more pills, and none of these pills are going to heal you. They are there to manage you. They keep making money off of your food choices. To be honest, you should be angry. I know I am. I feel like I have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok. That's how I'm feeling because they sold me the sickness through the food, then charged me to treat me through the medicine, the high blood pressure pills, the back injections that I was getting. The Percocets weren't free. I had to pay a copay. But you guys were making me sick the entire time. That's to me, it's like double profit. And then those meds cause side effects. And guess what? Another prescription, another copay, another. It's an ongoing. You cannot break a loose from that fish hook. The same corporations that make you the processed food are tied into the pharmaceutical companies cashing in on the cure. It's one big circle of control. The health, your health is the product.
Yeah, that's right. And it doesn't stop there. This system has turned our sickness into a subscription plan, right? You're going to pay for it at the grocery store. You'll pay again at the doctor's office, and then you're going to pay again at the pharmacy. And finally, when your body gives out from the constant chemical load, your family is going to pay again to bury you. So they've turned life and death into one big billing cycle. Funerals run about $7,000 to $12,000 on average for caskets, embalming, vaults, headstones, flowers, insurance deductibles, etc. The same banks and corporations that kept you sick are still in the profit line when you pass away. So they close your life out with an invoice.
Hmm. Right. Man, if that's not the truth, so many people should have been able to relate to that, right? But we don't want to face it. This system doesn't want you healthy. It wants you hooked. Hooked on sugar, hooked on pills, hooked on fear. But what if, just think about it, what if you can step off that hamster wheel? What if you could reclaim your body and your freedom?
So that's what we're here to talk to you guys about tonight and to show you is how to break the chains of addiction, how to heal your body naturally, and stop being a customer in the sickness business, right? So, once you understand how the system profits from your pain, you can finally stop paying the price both literally and physically. So, tonight I want to talk a little bit about the profit chain. So, we're going to just take it all the way there, you guys. And because this system does not just profit from your sickness, it profits from your whole life cycle, right? So let's break this down. Get your pencil and papers out. First of all, you can't even go, most of us cannot even go see a specialist without a referral, right? So that means you got to start with your primary care doctor, and there's your first copay. On average, that's about $25 to $50 every time you walk in the door just to get permission to see the next person, right? Then you go to the specialist. That copay jumps up from 25 to 50 to now 60 to 100, sometimes more if they're out of network. And guess what? Every test, scan, and lab they order racks up new charges. What about blood work? $150. What about an MRI? $1,000 or more. They bill your insurance, but you still owe your deductible. That's another $1,500 to $3,000 a year out of pocket for most people. But wait, there's more. Not to mention, you're paying a monthly fee for insurance that keeps going up every year. And y'all know The insurance, we're talking about insurance like skyrocketing in the next couple of months, right? So back in the day, the doctors used to write off what the insurance company didn't cover, but that doesn't happen anymore. Now you pay the monthly premium just to keep your coverage. Then you pay the copay every time you walk through the door. And after that, you still get a bill for what the insurance didn't cover. So you're not just paying for care, you're paying to stay sick. As G said, it's not we're not looking and searching for root cause. Well, can't say they're not looking for root cause, but they're most of the time not identifying the root cause, but just,
Mm-hmm.
adding another pill and another pill, right? So that's not protection. It's a trap. It is a trap with a policy number on it. So then we got the prescription pad. You leave with a new medication, sometimes 2 or 3. Each one has its own copay, $10 to $50 if you're blessed to get a low copay like that. But if it's not covered or if it's a brand name, $200 to $400 a month per prescription. And I know a person in my life that has to pay like thousands of dollars for the
Mm.
prescription that they need every month. It's a crazy, crazy amount of money. If your condition gets worse, next thing you're looking for is a surgery, right? And that's where the big money is. So a single hospital stay can range from $10,000 to $50,000, depending on what they're doing. And even with insurance, your share can still hit $5,000, $10,000 out of pocket. And when your body finally gives out from the medications, the surgeries, and the stress, there's still money to be made. Funerals cost from $7,000 to $12,000 on average. Embalming $750 to $1,200. Casket $2,500 to $10,000. The headstone, flowers, obituary, burial plot, every single part of your death is also itemized and billed. Cremation used to cost about $250, but today it ranges from $1,500 to $4,000, depending on where you live and what the service options are. So who's still collecting? Same banks, insurance companies, and corporations that kept you sick in the first place. So they profit when you're diagnosed, they profit when you're treated, and they profit when you're gone. And you know who's still, again, I will say it again, who's still involved? Same banks, same insurance companies, same industries that kept you sick to begin with. They close out your life with an invoice. So, as G has said a number of times, they create the disease and they manage the symptoms, and then they profit off of your death. And here's the kicker. Most people never question it because they've been too tired, too inflamed, too distracted to even see what's happening. It took a long time. I know for my family, for us, like to trust the medical system, it took a long time to build that trust back up again.
Yeah.
We've seen too much. We've lived through too much. We carried the stories of our grandparents who were experimented on, dismissed, or ignored, right? So when we say the system is up to its old tricks, we mean it. And this time we're not falling for it. Because this time we are not waiting for permission to heal. I want to say that again. You do not have to go and ask your doctor if you have permission to heal.
Mm.
We're not waiting for permission. We're not waiting for prescriptions, policies, or programs to fix what we can fix ourselves, right? So this time the healing starts with what's on our plate. And I know that this is a paradigm shift. It's a big mindset shift that we don't have not realized in all this time that the food we eat does matter. The food that you're putting into your body does matter. So your healing starts with what's on your plate. Change what you eat, and there's not going to be any tricks for you to be afraid of. No hidden agenda, no fine print, no experiment, just truth, food, and freedom. We have got to wake up and realize that this food that we are eating matters, right? We cannot heal in a system that profits when we stay broken. So, G, the question becomes, how do we step outside of this machine? How do we break this dependency for good?
Okay, so I'm going to break this down in 6 simple steps. All right. First, I personally wanted freedom. I wanted freedom. I'm traveling right now. There's no way that I could travel and stay in different beds if I was in my previous condition. So you can't fight the system if you're feeding it 3 times a day. Here's the simple step-to-step plan to break that food addiction. You just have to be willing to do and get your power back. Number one, you got to face it straight on. We crack jokes about being overweight. We crack jokes about our fupa. We crack those jokes. But in actuality, had to look in the mirror and say, you are addicted to sugar. You want that Sierra Mist. You can't lay in the bed and stay rested knowing there's a few more Oreos in there. And if you don't get it, he might, because he like Oreos too. You won't be able to heal that until you acknowledge that is an issue for you, whether it's sugar, caffeine, chips, Pepsi, Pepsi in the cigarette, some fast food. You find yourself thinking you was eating healthy at Chick-fil-A. At least I did a chicken breast. They got so many chemicals on the outside of Chick-fil-A to get you addicted that you end up keep going through that drive-through thinking that you were making a good choice. No. There are people doing experiments now with McDonald's hamburger that is on its second year and still look like they bought it yesterday. You got to call that thing out and be aware that is the first weapon. Then the second thing you need to do, just like any drug addict, if you get out of rehab, you don't go stand back on the same corner. You do, okay, if you at the card party and you keep drinking gin and juice, you can't turn around and say, I'm now going to the card party. I'm good now. I used to drink. I'm not going. How long you think that temptation is going to do? Now I'm gonna tell you something. Here's real truth. If you say you sick and tired of being sick and tired, when I make this next statement, that's gonna let you know if you're ready or not. You'll either do what I'm going to say, and that means to me you're ready. Or the moment you think of, well, no, because so and so might, any other thought, you're not ready. And here it is. Go through your pantry and your fridge and throw away what's keeping you stuck. If it came in a box, a bag, or a drive-through, because that's your problem. Now, if you can envision yourself going in there and throwing them Krispy Kreme donuts away, even though the light was on, or do you tell yourself, I'm going to eat them tonight and then I'm going to start tomorrow? Once you figure that part out, the next thing I want you to do is eat until you're full. Now, I just told you to get rid of the junk. Now I want you to eat, but this time our ancestors ate like this. We started introducing vegetables because they didn't give us enough of the meat and the innards to do, and we had to make it stretch. So guess what? When you're on that cruise and when you go to that restaurant and they have all those sides, the real prize is the meat. They trying to fill you up with the other stuff because it's cheap and it will continue to make you sick. The seed oil in the salad, you go and make that great big old salad, can't even finish it. So I want you to eat real food. I'm talking meat, eggs, butter, salt, water. When your body is nourished, the cravings will stop controlling you, but you will have a little bit of that detox time. Okay? Now, you really gonna detox if you think you outsmarting your body by eating the rest of the Krispy Kreme thinking that you're not going to pay the price tomorrow. You have to get that out of your system. The smart thing was to throw them away. But now you have to get that out. So there's a detox. There's a price to pay for that. That's just like the person that's getting ready. Now you already ain't had no cocaine today, and somebody mentions to you rehab, and all you think about, hold up, let me get this last hit. When in actuality, all you did was postpone your healing. Because if you would have walked away right here, you got all these hours that you've been drug free. You ain't had them Krispy Kremes since earlier today. But instead of cutting your losses now, you willing to finish them off. And tomorrow's going to come and you still got to go through the not having and the withdrawing. That is that detox. You can't defeat that. I just want you to push through it. Your body is rebooting. I'm going way back. Remember when you had to turn the key in the car saying, and you pump that gas and you pump. Now you can't pump too much because you're gonna flood it. You're gonna flood the carburetor. Come on, I know what I'm talking about. That's what your body is doing. Getting rid of all that sugar. But then all of a sudden, that's when you made it. Hang in there. It is worth it. Because right now, the cravings are controlling you. Now, what will happen with that? Some headaches, some irritability, some fatigue, but it's going to pass through. You go ahead and push through. Then the next thing is healing alone is hard. I need for you to hear what I'm saying. Oh, no, no, no. Well, I skipped one. I skipped one. Step 5. Stop watching them ads. If your favorite restaurant is coming on, change the channel. Don't tempt yourself. Don't go back to the card table. Don't do it. You have to find something new, which brings me to building your tribe. It's hard to do this alone. It really can be, especially if you're the only one in the house doing it. You feel a little isolated. Everybody around you is eating those things, but you get to throw away what you bought, what you don't want to have. So that can be difficult. If the whole house doing it, girl, just throw it all away. Y'all do this together. Discuss it
Mm.
as a family. Come together and say, we collectively just gonna do this for 30 days. And we all get rid of stuff and move forward. But if that's not your story, we have a free Facebook group. Hey Sister Girl, I could put the thing up, but let me finish this part. It's the Hey Sister Girl. Let me get on over here and find the scrolling part for Hey Sister Girl in the. Oh no, we got it down here as a picture or something, don't we?
Yes, we
Where we
do.
got it? Yeah, you put that Hey Sister Girl.
Put it up. It's somewhere.
Yeah, well we'll get that up. That's a
Mhm.
free group that you are free to join, ask questions when we're not live. You get to do that. Yeah, I'm
I
done.
can't find it. I can't
You go
find it.
ahead, I'll look for it. Go
Okay,
ahead, I'll look
sounds
for it.
good. Yeah, so we also have we also have a Marco Polo group. So this is the next level up, right? It is Hey Sister Girl. I mean, the Hey Sister Girl Facebook group is free, but that next level intensity is where you're talking to us back and forth all day, every day. We're coming in talking about our intentions. We're setting our intentions for the day, and we're coming back in and talking about, did we meet our intentions? That is our Marco Polo group. And so, if you're interested in being part of that, that is also another option for you. The next level up is going to be where I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through on this journey, take you through, and that is through my coaching services. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out at my website, which is carnivorousgrama.com.
Up, let's put
But,
that one up too. Let's put that one
but
up
Dee,
too.
I have a
So
question. This is
Yes.
a question that I have that I feel like I've had people say to me, you think about this, right? People they don't drink alcohol, they don't smoke cigarettes, they don't do drugs, and they're like, I am not addicted. I am not addicted. What would you say to a person who has that? I mean, they've spent their life being good and
Yeah.
not
So
getting addicted to anything.
how this addiction shows up. It shows up in higher sugar levels. It shows up as warning signs of dementia. It shows up as migraine headaches. It shows up as an ear infection. It shows up as gingivitis. It shows up as skin tags. It shows up as cavities. It shows up as glaucoma. It shows up as constantly needing new glasses every year. It shows up in our joints. It shows up in the numbness or freezing of our fingertips. It shows up in our thyroid. It shows up in those boils. It shows up in the dark circles. It shows up in the dark neckline. It shows up in the dark elbows and knees. It shows up in your joints that's stiffening up. It shows up in the curl of your fingers. It shows up in the diabetes. It shows up in the heart disease. It shows up because you thought salt was contributing to high blood pressure when it was sugar the entire time. So if you don't have any of those issues and your fasting insulin is at its, no, I didn't say glucose level, I said fasting insulin is where it is supposed to be, and the circumference of your waist is where it's supposed to be, and you never have any swelling at all in your body, well, God bless you. But if you have any of those things that I spoke on, then you are addicted to sugar. Because if you took in more than 1 teaspoon of sugar a day, you have already exceeded your limit. But I don't do sugar. I do honey. I don't do sugar. Bread turns into sugar. Pastries turn into sugar. Pasta turns into sugar. Fruit turns into sugar. Vegetables turn into sugar. Potatoes turn into sugar. Beans turn into sugar. Rice turn into sugar. The cookie, pudding, and jello turn into sugar. The salad dressing turns into sugar.
Yes.
And if I said you can only have a teaspoon of sugar a day, please tell me, did you overdo it in sugar? And if you can cut out everything that I said without a headache, cravings, then no, you weren't addicted at all.
So I want to just say one additional thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a character assessment. It
Mm-mm.
has nothing to do with a character flaw on your part. The system, as we've been talking about, has designed it this way, right? So you think about a baby, brand new baby, fresh out of the womb, comes out in ketosis, meaning that they are burning fat for fuel. From there, we give them baby formula, which the base of the baby formula is sugar, right? So we've been getting addicted to sugar our entire lives. Has nothing to do with your character and
Nothing.
you falling into a trap. This is basically the way this system has designed it, is for us to be very, very addicted. The food is highly palatable. It is designed for you to be addicted to it. It's designed for you to have cravings. Go
And
ahead.
let me switch that to say the purpose of the show was not to shame any of us. It was to inflame you to know we've been tricked. We've been bamboozled. They have run amok. I personally was upset. That's how I wrote this show. Because when I sat and thought, items are in the grocery store. The items are in the store. So guess what? They should be safe for me to purchase
Mm-hmm.
because you say the FDA said that this was okay. Now to find out you were feeding me, making me purchase my sickness, and then charging me for the cure because I was on the prescriptions. I went to see my doctor. I got my blood work. Now I don't need your prescription. I don't need your doctor. I don't need any of that. Now I'm pissed to know I gave you any of it. You tricked me. You fed me things we were never meant to eat, all for $1. And that is my anger behind this show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys. Look, same bat channel, same bat place, same bat time next week. Have a great evening.
Bye, everybody.